Hi guys, Bruno Ver from TBS World again, and today we have Koen Vingerhoets from Belfius, one of the speakers at TBS World in Brussels this year. Hi Koen, how are you doing?
Hi, Bruno. I'm fine. Thanks for having me here. I hope you're doing great too.
Yeah, I am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Koen. So Koen, how important is blockchain for you in the banking industry?
I think it's technology that can really change how we look at banking. It won't be disruption, it will be a logical evolution or maybe revolution in how we do business, in how we collaborate across the industry to improve our own baseline, but also the life of our customers. In the end, it's just technology. So it is of a certain importance insofar that we can collaborate on business level, which is, in my opinion, way more important than the technology underneath.
Okay, and Koen, tell me, what's your opinion of cryptocurrency?
Oh, well, I've quite my opinion about cryptocurrency changed maybe as my account on kraken.com was emptied last year. But well, all in all, I assume that the value of any cryptocurrency will tend to zero as there is no underlying value. You're basically sharing a belief that a certain code in a ledger has a value, and as long as enough people share your belief or join your belief, your value will grow. But if the underlying belief is gone, then your value will be zero. But well, we'll see who will be right in the end, I assume.
Okay, wow, that's I don't hear that many people being more negative about cryptocurrency. That's
Well, it's fun to play with, but we're 10 years far with the Bitcoin blockchain, and the amount of use cases is still limited. Um, it's something. Well, we'll see what happens.
yeah. Like I just mentioned, I'm still looking for somebody who is more negative to join the panel. So I guess that will be you.
Well, I mean, people can play with whatever they want. That's not the issue for me, but I don't think it's really something which has a sustainable value. Let's put it that way.
Okay. So, Koen, why would you recommend people to come to TBS World?
Well, although blockchain or Bitcoin already exists more than 10 years, the attention or the time people are spending on blockchain um, isn't. I mean, we're not busy with blockchain that long already. In financial world, I think we started doing more and more projects on blockchain technology somewhere around 2014 with the Santander FinTech 2.0 paper. Um, but the knowledge on a technical level is quite high. But what you can do with it, how it can be used in real use cases, what additional value is, I think those are the things you can only learn on conferences where you can talk with other people, exchange views, exchange ideas, opinions, rather than how to build a smart contract. I think that's really a value of such a conference.
Okay, thank you. And let's go a little bit more deeper into blockchain because that's your cup of tea. Private blockchain, public
Mm-hmm.
blockchain is something you will be talking about at the conference. Do you know or do you think to know why it takes so long for blockchain to really be implemented in our society? It's been 10 years now. Um, why is it taking so long?
Well, it's been 10 years with the Bitcoin. And as I said, I don't think that Bitcoin is a sustainable value in the future. But for the technology itself, it just requires something that we're not used to do. Um, every company has its own purpose, its own values, and we all tend to realize in all the economic schools our own profit. But it's not sustainable neither. If every company pursues its own benefits, that's the world we see today, with lower prices and uh, just distribution of wealth, which is not really going far. Only a few people get the wealth, while we ship our garbage to the other side of the world. Um, I think that if we collaborate more and work on real business ecosystems where companies support each other to not only pursue their own goal but also a shared goal, I think that's where blockchain becomes really valuable, because with the more companies you collaborate, the fewer companies you know, And then a blockchain could provide this real needed layer of trust about identity, about payments, about transactions, about everything that business means on a technological level without having to trust all those intermediaries to actually do what they are doing at the moment.
Okay.
And we're not there yet. We're not building those business ecosystems yet. We're slowly evolving there, but the more of those ecosystems we have, the more valuable a blockchain will be.
Okay. And what do you think that is the most important aspect of blockchain? Because yeah, you've experienced something really bad with Kraken, which I think runs on the blockchain. Um, so they say blockchain is there for security, but apparently it's not so secure. So what do you think is
Well, it's an exchange. I mean, there are software on top of the blockchain.
okay?
In the current state of things, I think blockchain, or the most important aspect of blockchain, is the fact that it's really hard to change the past. So you get an audit log, which is useful in practically anything you do. It's like an airbag solution. Nobody doubts the use of an airbag in a car, but
Yeah.
you usually don't use it. So same goes with the blockchain. Nobody doubts the reason behind having a vision on the truth in the past, but you don't use it all the time. Only when you really use it, you really appreciate the value. But for the future, I think the value will be in the enabling collaboration between companies. It's not only the audit log then, or the uh, immutability insofar it's mutable, but also the transparency that can be there, the shared process, and perhaps that would be the most important thing: the fact that we can build one smart contract or several smart contracts which are shared by different companies. It means you can outsource a part of your software development, of your procedures, that we can standardize our way of working, and that the real value will no longer come from how you implement technology, but how you treat your customers.
Okay. So Koen, I just have one more question, and it's basically we are kind of experiencing, or at least you're kind of experiencing what the internet or the .com did back in the end of the 90s, um, uh, and now we're experiencing it again with all these cryptocurrencies. We see a lot of new companies popping up, a lot of new startups, all raising money, doing tokens, doing coins. Um, how do you think this will evolve? Do you think that all these companies will survive, or do you strongly believe that probably only 5% will survive? How is your look on that with your experience from the 90s? Because if I understand well, you had some experience in the 90s during the .com times as well.
Yeah, I'm not that old to have experienced the 90s, but I was lucky enough to be at university in 1995 with the
Mm-hmm.
advent of internet. Basically, we had one computer room where everybody who was working on computers would be. So out of the 20 computers, 5 were occupied of the entire university. Really weird times. Um, what happens with the startups? I think it's great to see so many people having ideas. It's also part of the new economy. People who have an idea have every right to pursue it, and with the token sales, they have this way to at least gather the funds. How it evolves later after the ICO, it's not the thing I'm going to address now. But I really like it that people are able to go for what they want to do. Whether they all survive or not, most likely not. We also had this thing going on with the banks a few years ago, where every startup would disrupt and dismantle the banks, but then 2 years later they were knocking on our door looking for collaboration. So I think we will see the same thing happening, that those who have ideas that are really valuable on an enterprise level will find an enterprise connection to collaborate. And the others, well, either they pivot, they do something else, or they continue whatever they are doing. I think everybody is free to do what they want.
Thank you so much, Koen, for taking the time for this interview. It's always a pleasure.
You're welcome.
So those of you who would like to meet Koen in Brussels, more than welcome to join us on June 12th at TBS World. You'll be able to speak personally to Koen, and he definitely has a lot
and
of
ask questions.
yeah, and ask questions. But I also like the stories Koen has to tell about 95 and up. His young years of being a programmer. A lot of really nice stories that Koen can definitely share with you after his speaking slot, of course. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions for Koen, you can put them down here. And if you have any suggestions of people we should interview or invite to the event, just drop them down here. And yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.